Welcome back. In our previous journeys, we explored the legacy of David and the value of a guarded heart. Today, we step into Proverbs chapter 5, one of the most stark and realistic chapters in the Bible. It transitions from general wisdom to a robust man-to-man warning about sexual integrity and the high cost of unfaithfulness. My son, pay attention to my wisdom. Turn your ear to my words of insight, that you may maintain discretion and your lips may preserve knowledge. Proverbs chapter 5, verses 1 to 2. The father demands a physicality to gaining wisdom, turning the ear and facing the truth to receive it. This isn't just about facts. It's about maintaining discretion, or the skill to plan and navigate complex social traps. In the ancient world, preserving knowledge on your lips meant internalizing oral tradition for survival. Today we are flooded with digital distractions. Proverbs chapter 5 challenges us to turn our ear away from the screen and toward foundational moral truths. For the lips of the adulteress drip honey, and her speech is smoother than oil. Proverbs chapter 5 verse 3. Notice the focus is on speech rather than physical beauty. The honeyed words use lovely assonance in the original Hebrew to mimic the sound of dripping honey, highlighting how tempting and effortless the initial seduction feels. The ancient adulteress was a literal threat to the covenant family. Today we see this in the smooth talk of modern media and digital temptations that entice us with flattery and the promise of easy pleasure, hiding the reality behind the oil. But in the end, she is bitter as wormwood, sharp as a double-edged sword. Her feet go down to death, her steps lead straight to Sheol. Proverbs chapter 5, verses 4 to 5. The text creates a violent contrast. The sweetness turns to wormwood, a bitter plant, and eviscerating pain. These steps to death represent a reality rejection, where the person ignores the path of life to chase a mirage. Modern culture often treats hookup culture or infidelity as a harmless joke. Proverbs chapter 5 reveals the psychological reality. The bitterness of a lack of discipline eventually leads to a dead quality of life, long before physical death arrives. Keep to a path far from her, lest you lose your honor to others and your years to one who is cruel, lest strangers feast on your wealth. Proverbs chapter 5, verses 8 to 10. This section paints the economic and social downside of folly. It warns that unfaithfulness doesn't just hurt the heart, it transfers wealth to others and results in public disgrace and reproach. In biblical villages, this meant losing one's literal inheritance. Today, we see the cruel years lost to legal battles, predatory schemes, or the destruction of a professional reputation, proving that ill-gotten gain is never a reward, but a snare. Drink water from your own cistern, running water from your own well. May your fountain be blessed, and may you rejoice in the wife of your youth. Proverbs chapter 5, verse 15 and verse 18. The father uses a beautiful allegory of running water to teach conjugal fidelity as an anodyne to urges. Wisdom is shown here as moral and relational, urging the reader to find satisfaction in the covenant love of a lasting relationship. Modern consumerism tells us to always look for the new or the next person. Proverbs chapter 5 offers a countercultural path, drinking from your own cistern by investing in your existing relationships, which leads to a peace that fleeting encounters can never provide. For your ways are in full view of the Lord, and He examines all your paths. The evil deeds of the wicked ensnare them, the cords of their sin hold them fast. Proverbs chapter 5, verses 21 to 22. The chapter ends with intrinsic retribution. God isn't necessarily striking the sinner. Rather, the sinner is captured by their own iniquity. Rejecting the discipline of wisdom leads to a state of being enslaved by the very vices one refused to say no to. We often think we can hide our small choices. Proverbs chapter 5, verse 21 reminds us that, quote, every facet of life has a religious dimension. In a world of digital footprints, the cords of sin feel more real than ever, reminding us that our choices create the order of our world, for better or worse. Proverbs chapter 5 is a call to focus. It tells us that wisdom isn't just about what you know, but about whom you love and how you protect that love. Remember, the fear of the Lord is only the beginning. Join us next time as we dive into the warnings against foolishness in Chapter 6.